Have you ever wanted to travel to exotic destinations like Uzbekistan, Kurdistan or Iraq? Well, airfares to these parts of the world are expensive, but I've thought up the solution. Just rock up to your nearest refugee centre and say the following. Hello, I have travelled across the ocean in a leaky fishing trawler to escape an evil dictator and his militia, and I have seen my family murdered before my eyes. I have not eaten in 4 days. I am tired and I am hungry. Please, please help me, please. I guarantee within 6 hours you'll be on a plane to one of these exciting destinations. There's nothing quite like moving into a place of your own. You don't have to argue over fridge space, listen to music you don't like, or come home to find that your flatmate has OD'd on the QT and left you with their share of Foxtel. But the best thing is, you can decorate your new personal space exactly the way you like it. And for me, that means feng shui. Feng shui is an ancient Chinese art used to harness the positive energy in an environment through the placement of objects. It encourages harmony, good fortune and longevity. And if my previous 2 flatmates had let me practice it, they'd probably still be with us. I'm placing this milk crate here to provide a buffer between these opposing energies. The bad vibes coming from Big Brother and the chilled out energy coming from the couch. This represents symmetry and stability, which is why it's also perfect as a coffee table. Music is also important for good feng shui. Enya, her music is synonymous with peace and serenity. When used as bookends, they'll redirect the bad vibes generated by discs in your collection that you know kind of suck. Now, there'll still be times when a mate wants to crash on your couch. Fine for a night, but any longer and the slack is going to suck all the energy out of your room. So to avoid this, tell him that as long as he respects your beliefs and sleeps in the proper feng shui position, he can stay as long as he likes. Of course, if he's a little bit on the cute side, you might want to tell him that the proper feng shui position is on the left side of your bed. Hey, where do you think you're going? I said if. And finally, floral arrangements play a pivotal role in the conduction of feng shui energy. But like for most of us, fresh flowers are an extravagance that we just can't afford. That is, until now. Thanks to the bad karma of male drivers under 25, you can enjoy good feng shui. Simply grab a floral tribute from one of the road's numerous black spot florists. This bunch looks fresh enough to last through an Easter long weekend. Tranquility and harmony in your home every week. There are like heaps of things moulding the formative minds of young kids, and you parents need to know what these things are. So tonight, on Child Watch, we'll be looking at music and one band in particular to see what effect they could be having on your kids. New alternative band, Chambermouth, are a melancholy 3-piece of depressive rock. Known for their deconstructive bass lines and sombre tone, the most distinctive aspect of this Gosford trio are the vocal stylings of singer Nick Howard. You see, Nick is like so totally depressed, he constantly has a shotgun in his mouth, not only providing the band with its distinctive sound, but bleak and for many fans, irresistible image. So what you want to know is this the self-expression of a fragile and tortured artistic genius, or simply just another gimmick to secure the lucrative teenage dollar? But most importantly, what effect is it having on your kids?
That's what music is, it's artistic expression. If he wants to put a gun in his mouth, if he wants to put anything in his mouth, I'll listen to it if it's good.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I'm not quite interested in that kind of music.
Mate, I've liked him since the beginning. When he used to sing with sleeping pills in his mouth and that was cool.
Kurt Cobain, Nirvana.
He might not have like a good voice, or there might not be a famous band. That's the way to attract attention and that.
Nick, thanks for talking to me. It's totally an honour knowing that I could be the last person that you ever speak to. Okay, Nick. Do you think that you have a responsibility to provide a more positive image to teenagers? Well, that's understandable, but parents hear their kids playing your depressing albums, they see your posters on their bedroom walls. Don't you think that gives them reason to be concerned about their kids? Yeah, sure, but if it's the parents' responsibility and they ban their kids from listening to your music, isn't that just making it all the more attractive? Okay. Nick's firm beliefs that parents should take some responsibility and interest in their kids' lives does sound outlandish, but we talked to one mother who couldn't agree more. So you're totally cool with your son's obsession with this band?
Oh yes, there's nothing wrong with a bit of idol worshipping. It's all about them finding their own identity.
You don't think this could represent something a little more dire?
Oh goodness gracious, no. I mean, the safety's on. It's just a bit of fun. I mean, his father wore makeup like Alice Cooper when he was a boy. He grew out of it, eventually.
See, there you go. Nothing for you parents to worry about. And though times have changed, it's still just good old rock and roll. In years to come, Nick's shotgun will look about as menacing as Bill Haley's Kiss Curl or Marilyn Manson's contact lenses. And hey, after all, take a look at Mama Cass's sandwich and John Denver's Ultralight. It's amazing how much money you can get for an athlete's autograph by selling it on eBay. Some freak chucks a ball at 150 kilometres per hour and all of a sudden their name written on a piece of paper is worth a lot of money. And they know it, so they're reluctant to sign for just anyone. But I know a guaranteed way to get that signature. Find yourself an 8-year-old child. This is my cousin Peter, and I'm going to shave his head. Then, for added authenticity, give his eyes those dark rings and a haunted glaze by making him stay up all night watching horror movies. There you go. Even the most cold-hearted, girlfriend-beating, poo-smearing rugby league player will stop to give Peter an autograph now. Remember, look pathetic. A genuine autograph worth a lot of money and without actually breaking the law. And remember, before you let your little friend's hair grow back, make sure you've contacted a charitable organisation and told them it's your cousin's dying wish to visit Disneyland. They always pay for the chaperone. Come on, Pete, let's go to the doctor and see if we can score some medicinal marijuana. For me, there is nothing cooler than music, except maybe being a musician. But seriously, who's got the time to learn how to play an instrument? Well, nowadays, you don't have to. These days, remixing is where it's at, and if you crack it like Fat Boy here, it's a great earner. But thanks to organisations like Napster, it's getting harder to find copyright-free material to remix. Like most things, you've just got to know where to look. So go to the scene of your nearest plane crash and grab yourself one of these. A black box flight recorder. This is bound to have some high energy dramatic sounds on it. Perfect for remix. And by the looks of this site, copyright free. Now all you need to do is get the computer to generate a couple of wicked drum beats for you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We're cruising at about 35,000 feet this afternoon.
Boring.
Cast is fine.
And for you, Captain, coffee, tea, me?
Coffee, thanks.
More boring.
Mayday, mayday, pull up, pull up. We're all going to die. We're all going to die.
Bingo. There you go, the instant classic, Pull It Up, We're Going Down. The fat groove of, what's that beeping sound mean? And the haunting single, Gemma, I Love You.
Gemma, I love you. Please don't pull back. Gemma, I love you. Please don't pull back. Gemma, I love you. Please don't pull back. Gemma, I love you.
There you have it. 12 thumping tracks of fat dance beats and final moment shrieks that'll have you dancing till dawn, halfway between the tarmac and the stars. A great DIY idea that's guaranteed to get any party off the ground. Can you believe it? They don't want to buy this. Brand new 68cm remote control, everything in perfect nick. I tell you, it's getting harder to know what's good to steal these days. So, how do you know what pawn shops will buy? Here's a tip. If you're going to rob a joint, rob a pawn shop. Okay, the thing is, I hate nightclub door bitches and I hate having to pay money to get in, so I don't. And you don't have to either. Here's what you do. Have you got a second?
Yeah.
It's good to bring along a friend who's good with this sort of thing. Hey, Sigourney.
Hi, Penny. Tonight we're going to show you how to make your own nightclub stamps. All you need is a good craft table, a paring knife, a range of colours of ink, the wrist of someone that's already been in, and last but not least, a potato. The best type of potato to use is the purple Congo. They're firm but not too starchy, so the ink absorbs well. But they are a little more expensive, so the King Edward or Pontiac are good substitutes. Okay, it's a word. Now the trick with words is to copy them backwards. Your paring knife has to be sharp, like this one. All done. All right, Penny, now give me your wrist. See? Looks just like the real thing.
Thanks, Sigourney, you're a doll.
Have a nice time.
There you go. I skipped the haggle with the door bitch, the $10 cover charge, and I got a date who can buy me drinks, all for the price of a spud. See ya. Don't you hate it when you go to the toilet to shoot up and management have installed blue lighting? Well, don't let the man keep you from your high. Just come back out into a normal lighting situation and use a black texter to draw a line on either side of your vein. That way, when you're back in the blue lighting, you'll be able to track down your track marks, knowing you'll bleed between the lines. Okay, if you don't know how to send a letter for free, here is the dope. Put your name on the front of the envelope as the addressee, and on the back, the address of the dude you want to send it to. Then all you got to do is post the letter with no stamp and it'll get returned to sender because of insufficient postage. Okay, so why not use the same deal when you go packing in Asia? Using the letter model, you can get posted to wherever you want to go. Just pack yourself in a box, write "not known at this address" on the lid, and get your mates to drop you off at the post office. Just make sure you rug up, take a good book, your Walkman and a breathing apparatus. Just make sure you've got plenty of leg room because deep vein thrombosis is a bitch. Then, when your holiday is over and you're all cultured out, turn up in tears at the local Australian embassy, visaless, tell a tale of woe and get sent home for free. Sure, you might get a cavity search on the way back in, but hey, what a great travel story to boost your cred. proportion of Australians live under the poverty line, and being broke can get you down, way down. But to get you out of this futile depression, all you need is some ingenuity and a little bit of creativity. Arts grants, an accessible government funding body riddled with loopholes. All you have to do is make yourself look like a couple of fashionably oppressed minority groups. Cultivate an intense anecdote and a creative result. Get yourself an appointment and apply a liberal amount of racial stereotype. Arts funding, here I come.
Hi, my name's Penne, and I'm a 19-year-old black lesbian living in Marrickville. Last night, I was beaten and abused by a gang of nasty men in a dark alley. As opposed to wallowing in its depression, I, alternatively, have decided to transform this horrible experience into a contemporary dance piece for the community, so that the people of Australia can experience and engage with me on a suffering and feeling level. But I can only do this with the appropriate support and assistance.
Too easy. 20 grand and I didn't even have to dance. Just goes to show that with a little bit of imagination and some baggy jeans, there's nothing a girl can't get. Now, to sell the dog.
Now, I don't know much about art, but I know what tourists like.
Have you ever seen that brightly coloured, naive art crap in souvenir shops and thought, kids could do that? Well, they can. Just head to your local community centre with a proposal to run free holiday care. Advertise and get a room full of eager-to-please kiddies just busting for things to do. Kids love craft and are just so good at it. So don't waste their time with silly crayon drawings that'll just end up composting on relatives' fridge doors. Start with butcher's paper and then move on to postcards, placemats and t-shirts. And by showing the kids some new skills, you'll open up a whole world of opportunity for them and for you. With some creative littlies, a few easy-to-follow patterns and the right space, your output will capture the hearts, minds and travellers' checks of our international visitors. No, mate, not like that. Like this.